Hey, what's going on, everyone? Gotta activate myself. Howdy, howdy. Welcome to another Rokoko office hours. Let me adjust my audio here a little bit. It's always the first thing to do. Oh yeah, turn that guy way down. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good week. We're gonna have a great Rokoko office hours, going through some free AI mocap workflows, going through some works in progress for people who've been submitting to our Love at First Move animation challenge. Hi, Jin Kazama. Oh my gosh, Tekken in the chat. So as we've been doing for the last month since we've announced this challenge, I've just kind of been using this time to go through the rules, make sure everyone knows where to find everything, where to find all the rules and where to submit. And then, hey, what's going on, chat? And then we're going to go through a couple works in progress, which will be fun and just give some little bit of feedback, all positive. But, and then we can play around with some workflows, record some motion capture using Rokoko video, and then get it onto a character in Blender or Unreal or Cinema 4D or whatever people want to see. And so, yeah, let's go to, first of all, in case people don't know, the Love at First Move animation challenge. You can find out more about it at our Discord, which is in the description below, or you can go to rokoko.com and just under Learn Events, we've got, the Rokoko animation challenge. So you've got until January 27th, 14 days left, 2 weeks, which is plenty of time still to, still to submit and get working. That's how I do all my animation challenges in the last week, But here, are links to participate and submit. You can check out the prizes. We have about $40,000 USD in prizes for this challenge. So tons of awesome stuff. A full performance bundle, with a suit and gloves and, face capture, candy keys, mechanical keyboard, Maya license, iClone license, Insta LOD seat. Awesome prizes. We're going to have some great judges. And so I encourage you to, if for no other reason, I encourage you to go check out Rokoko Video, which is our free AI mocap tool that we just released last month. Go play with that because it's fun. And then, I don't know, and then there's an animation challenge if you want to, actually make something using Rokoko Video and win some prizes potentially. So, again, you can find out more information about all of the challenge at rokoko.com or on our Discord. And now let's just go through and check out what people have been making. So I've got a couple links to check out. Okay, open. Okay, so, and we're just going to go through the share your project. We should just go through this whole thing. So let's just go through everything here, because there's been a bunch of awesome stuff. So I saw this later. We can take a look at the animation, but what lens should we use does not matter. Just has to be this this format, And again, any questions about submitting, you can find answers to in our FAQ. Yeah, this awesome elf guy looking good. And I haven't watched all of these, so let's just looking for love. Okay, here we go. We have a this character is amazing. Oh my gosh, so beautiful, so cute, and also, I don't know, stern looking. Really cool window. I think this would totally work with Rokoko Video. It's just a matter of making sure that you do movements that don't give you a big headache when it comes to, intersecting arms with this big old body. Then, yeah, James, we got this awesome samurai texture looking great. This will be super cool. With a samurai, I think with Rokoko Video, a lot of the impulse is going to be, I don't know, doing kind of more crazy, like movements and stuff, but you don't need to, right? Things can be really subtle, especially for like a samurai. Like I could imagine a samurai just standing in a field of like cherry blossoms that you get from Unreal or something, and he's just like looking up at you, and it's like peace, and that's a good submission right there. Just a little bit of animation is sometimes all you need, especially if you don't want to go through and do a bunch of cleanup. So question from Elliot Holmes: how loosely does the submission need to be linked to love? So it doesn't need to be linked to love. It needs to be a dating profile app, a dating profile video, right? So it's on that character's like Tinder profile. It's the first image that would pop up. I'm so out of the loop with dating, but you know, that's how I'm told. But I know what Tinder is, right? It's got the photo or whatever. In this case, it's going to be a video, and it's kind of an introduction to your character on a dating app. So it doesn't have to do with love, like a samurai standing in a field, like what we're looking at right here, right? This could just be a samurai standing in the field, and the dating app profile is like samurai looking for peaceful love, you know? So it doesn't have to really be, you know, associated with love. More importantly, it has to be like a profile picture of your character. So it can't be like some movie where you're going through an environment. Like it's a character showing themselves on a dating app, right? Is kind of the idea. So it should be, it doesn't have to be a static shot, but like it should be static. You know, it's an introduction for your character. So that's kind of the whole play on what the contest is. It doesn't have to do with love necessarily. It's like introducing your character on a dating profile, which ostensibly has to do with love, but you know, it could just be a funny vignette with your character, right? This is awesome. Sir Rib Tickler. Love polygon models, and you know, absolutely, I don't make any of my own models. I kit bash everything, and so this is a great model. I love polygon. It has the whole environment. Looks great, and I'm sure you can do something really clever with this. I mean, and I've put on Rokoko video onto these polygon models, and it looks really good. Okay, puppet. I haven't decided about the character yet. There will be a scene. If we use this one, I have to work on the physics and the hair as well. Let's check it out. Let's see how it's going so well. This is Unreal Engine Mesh to MetaHuman. I mean, this is amazing. If this is done with Rokoko video, that's absolutely incredible, and it could be. It's just been really smoothed out, which is awesome. Like, we're encouraging you to go in and edit your motion capture that you get from Rokoko video, because it's not, you know, there's no hand movement. So this person went in and did hand movement. If this was all Rokoko video based, which is awesome. Like, one of the categories for the contest is best movement. And so that's going to inevitably involve a bunch of editing of the mocap that you get out of Rokoko video. So this looks incredible if that's Rokoko video. I mean, that's amazing. Rokoko AI video. Looks good. This is awesome. You know, and so this is just a work in progress, but good to remember, if this is a submission for the contest, A, you want it to be in the right resolution and format, which is a portrait format, and then B, you probably don't want to cut around as much. I think this is just like a demo, which is awesome, just taking some video that they found and putting it on through Rokoko video onto a character. But if it's for the contest, right, it's a dating profile, right? So it's one shot, you know, it doesn't have to be holding it, but it's like of the character, introducing the character. Dancing around would be awesome. But yeah, work in progress for my, so this one's amazing. I've seen this one. Let's move, sorry, gotta move the tab here. yeah, I mean, giant robot butt there. But it looks amazing. And again, if this was Rokoko video, which I think it was, is just with a bunch of editing done, this is great. Like, dating profile for robot who loves to dance, and you know, that's awesome. Looks amazing. They don't know if they're participating, so it looks like Assassin. You should put some Rokoko video on there. Okay, Rokoko work in progress for the Rokoko mocap challenge. Looks good. Nice. Rigged everything on AccuRig, which is the free Reallusion rigging tool. And then added in some Rokoko video mocap and cleaned it up, it looks like, a little bit. Looking good. This looks great. I'm sure it'll get even better. This character is amazing. Look at that. Spooky scary. Scary attractive. Good. On brand for the animation challenge. This, whoa, like cyborg. Oh no, like hurt character. Oof. Keep it safe for work. Early work in progress might be a little too gray. Very gray. Love me some Newton. That's our default character. So this was that elf character from earlier. So as they said, garbage in, garbage out. They fed it some bad data, which is a moving camera and wearing black suit. Like, this is, Rokoko Video does not like this sort of thing, but it still spat out something interesting, which maybe you could edit. But this looks great. The physics on the elf look amazing. That'll be a very interesting dating profile. This scene looks incredible. Work in progress for the scene. Beautiful. Very, you know, showing off your surroundings in the Tinder app. This looks great. The samurai, it's coming along. Yeah. So peaceful, beautiful sunset. Yeah, it looks great. Carson Reed put out a whole video about working with Rokoko Video. Really cool. Carson Reed, Blender, Destiny, Master, amazing. If you're in Blender, he has a bunch of videos on his channel that go over some of his workflows. Really good. Oh, so this is his character. Looks amazing. Like Power Ranger cat thing. Looks awesome. Oh, cool. Coming along. Wow, that looks really cool. Really interesting, Al. Oh man, so this is that guy from above. Looks even better. Looking great. Nice. Particle physics for the samurai getting set up. This looks awesome. So this is some Unreal Paragon character. Excuse me. Bless me. Anything with physics always looks amazing. Sorry if I'm shouting into the microphone. But yeah, that looks incredible. Cryptopatra. Paragon character with yin with a new skin applied. Interesting. Oh, with one of the skins. Heir apparent. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. If you reach out to support@rokoko.com, you should be able to get new wires if wires are faulty, or maybe they'll be able to help you if there are other problems. There's no way to get them from a third party. You have to get them from us, I believe. So we can ship you some, and I know we've done that in the past. So I would reach out to them. You do have to wait for shipping. Yeah, I don't think that you can just pick up those wires on their own. Sorry to hear that. That's never fun. Obviously, that's bad. Got my mocap suit and it doesn't work. That sucks. But yeah, support at rokoko.com. They should help you out. This looks awesome. Not sure that it's a submission, but it looks really cool. This character looks great. Love seeing cartoony characters. Hopefully can complete in time. I always recommend for these challenges, just submit whatever you've got at the end of it. And because it's, progress, not perfection, right? All art is abandoned, not finished. Merely abandoned, not finished, right? You can never get it too perfect. So hopefully, even if this looks great, but there is 2 more weeks. So plenty of time left. This looks awesome. Character, amazing. Little scar right there. Love the detail. Cool metal. Looks really good. Oh wow. So this is pretty wow. So this is looking amazing. This is like the most finished one certainly that we've seen so far. I can't hear the audio, so I'm not going to play it. The rules are that you can't submit with music, but you can add audio. And this looks great. Like a little surf dude, and I think it's a character creator. character using the character creator physics. That's something we could go over today. There's a bunch of automatic physics in character in iClone that make it really easy to add physics, and physics are always add so much to a simple animation. This looks incredible. Current work in progress. This is the most advanced thing I've seen yet. Fantastic. Really nailing everything about it. Interesting scene, interesting character, great movement, tells a story, looks great. Fun. Diver underwater. That's a great idea. So this is from Method Machine, saying it's really rough and it's just a block out. But this is a great idea, especially for Rokoko Video, which again, it's a free AI mocap tool. So it's not a suit, right? It's not going to be as precise as a suit. So something like underwater where you're just floating, like what a good use of the tool. That makes me want to do something like that today, because that's such a smart use of Rokoko Video. And then we get to the bottom. Here we are, and I didn't put this in the general channel by accident, so I'm going to put it in there. Boom. So looking awesome. We will do this again next week. We'll go through, and if you have specific works in progress that you want to go over, like put them in the chat. We can review them right now. I can give you any advice that I have to offer. You know, I try. I don't know. We're all newbies when it comes to CG still. But I can help out as much as I can, and give you feedback if you want it. So come next week with feedback if you want. You have 14 more days. And okay, without further ado, let's go to video.rokoko.com and let's make some motion capture. So we have a whole tutorial on how to use Rokoko Video and make mocap. So it's on our YouTube channel. I recommend you go check that out if you're curious about how to make mocap. But it's super easy. So the way that you do it is you log in using a free Rokoko ID. You just need a username. Go to create new scene. We're gonna call this office hours RKV Astro, because I want to do some Astro floating. I actually think that's a really good idea. And then we will select a local video file. But first, we're going to record some motion capture. So first, I got to go. Hold on. I got to turn off my background blur on my fancy NVIDIA. And then we are going to go full screen because we are going to record something back there. And I'm just going to change that a little bit and move my camera up a tiny bit. Okay, so hopefully we can do that. And so I'm going to go record against this wall, and I'm not wearing any black. I've got gray, like sweatpant type things on. And I've got my camera's not moving. It's a solid background. So this is a pretty good environment for recording Rokoko Video. It's plenty bright in here. So I'm going to record some like floating movements, and I actually also want to try some boxing. So we're going to record both of those in a single clip. And then we're going to upload that to Rokoko Video, to get some mocap out of it. Okay, so I'm going to actually move my mic, close this door, move that chair out of the way. Okay, and now let's start recording. So that's the astronaut, and now I want to try boxing. I'm going to try it like this. There we go. We got to jump back to my cool circle. We got to turn my blur back on. Recenter camera. Boom. Yes, looks pretty good. Okay. So when you're using Rokoko Video, you can just use your webcam. We could record using a webcam, but because I'm streaming, I can't use my webcam for Rokoko Video at the same time that I'm streaming, but I can just record a video file at the same time in OBS, which I just did. And here we go. And so, again, we have 2 animations in this one video file. Look at this. Good floating. Black shoes probably aren't the best, but I think it should be fine, especially because there's so much contrast with the ground. Hey, Alberto, what's going on? Well, boxing is in full gravity, actually. That's on Earth. The astronaut is in space, obviously, because I got 2 animations. So, okay, so here's the astronaut, and we're going to go, and I love that you can just trim out what you don't need. Like me walking back, we want to have the animation start like right here, right? Turn into animation. And so this will just take a few minutes. You can actually this says uploading right now, so it's uploading the video file. You can actually shut down this screen as soon as it moves off of uploading. I'm not going to because I'm paranoid. Why not just leave it, processing, syncing. So now it's doing its thing. Now it's starting to, process it in the background. I could shut down the screen if I wanted. I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to open up Rokoko Studio, the new Rokoko Studio. So close to being out of beta. Incredibly exciting. I think that's going to happen very soon. Which is great because I've been using Rokoko Legacy for a lot of things still, but now I can use Rokoko, the new Rokoko Studio. It looks so good. Look, we got all of our sample scenes in here. It's got the motion library. It's got elevation tracking. It enables more powerful modes on my actual mocap hardware. So I'm excited to move into beta fully. And also it has access to Rokoko Video, which is great. So it's all in one place now. And so, again, we added the motion library, which is our free, Rokoko Studio is free. And we have free assets on the motion library. If I go to view all and just show free assets, these are all free, completely free. You can use them for whatever you want. In case, you can't do a backflip. Frames by kg, I assume no hand animation, but does it capture the original position of your fingers? No, it does not. I think every time your hand is like a blade. But if we go into iClone, yeah, Alberto holding it down. If we go into iClone, we can add in stuff like that really easily. And we just released, I don't know if it's actually out yet, but maybe I'll put the unlisted link in the stream here. Go to YouTube, go to our YouTube. And actually, let's check and see if that processing is done. Not yet. So hold on. But if we go to our channel, so we're on YouTube. And if we go to our channel playlists, we have this ultimate retargeting workflows. So now, we haven't added the thumbnails yet, but there are proper titles on these. So these will go public tomorrow or something. But we have Maya, Cinema 4D, Blender, and iClone now. Kind of consolidated all of our different workflow tutorials into one video for each software for just retargeting, which is really nice. So if you need to know about retargeting in any of these softwares, I go over the whole process in these videos now, and they're one single source of truth, which is really nice. Okay, so this is finished processing. Boom. If we go into Rokoko Studio, we hit refresh. New scene. You can't see the title, but the title is Office Hours RKV Astro. What we just recorded. So let's open up that project. Nice, Andrew C. I assume you mean the facial capture mount. That's awesome. People love it. Takes the pain out of your neck. Okay, so this is like great. This might be the best use of Rokoko video that I've seen yet. And that's just because Rokoko video, you can get some amazing things. And I've actually seen, I think the more ambitious people who are loading in harder movements, I almost see better results from when you try to push it. The opposite end of pushing it is doing something like floating, right? And for something like that, it is just going to do it like perfectly, right? This won't require any real, I could edit that. That looks a little weird. But if I turn off locomotion also, because we don't need to be locked in the flat ground, right? We're just an astronaut. This looks like awesome, right? This could be easily put on an astronaut. But actually, I'm gonna go to create new recording, select from video file. We're gonna load in the same video file that we did to get that floating animation, because I recorded 2 animations in that one video file, right? Here's the floating one at the beginning, and then at the end we did boxing. So I want to actually try the boxing one in iClone first. Turn into animation. So we'll let that process, and then we'll go through it. Andrew C., will you guys be uploading an in-depth tutorial on how to retarget with facial animation in Cinema 4D? Saw a week ago you guys uploaded a C4D workflow, but the facial animation isn't included. Yeah, so we will. In the meantime, Rokoko Studio. Let's go look up a tutorial. Hassan, so you can motion capture your hands either by, actually, let's go to our channel, not the back end videos. Hassan, you can do motion capture for your hands if you invest in some smart gloves. This is our main mocap tool, right, for capturing hand animation. Smart gloves. You can't do it with Rokoko video. We are just going to go over a workflow for how to do some hand animation, live puppeting in iClone. But yeah, Rokoko video doesn't have hand animation yet. Hopefully in the future it will, but it does not yet. So if we go to, let's just look up a cinema, and again, we're processing the boxing take in the background. If we go to Cinema 4D plugin. So honestly, this is how I actually prefer to get facial animation onto my characters in Cinema 4D. I rig them, they have to have 52 blend shapes, right, to be able to move. So the characters have to be rigged in a very specific way. DAZ characters you can do it with, character creator characters you can do it with, like metahumans you can do it with. DAZ and character creator, unfortunately, both of them have problems with the eyes moving, but the rest of the face will move. But this is how I do it in Cinema. I like to use the Rokoko plugin because it just makes it easy to stream the data in. Copying the data over, you have to do, it's kind of complicated. Rokoko facial mode. I do go over that in at least, that's Blender. God. DAZ mocap Blender. So I think this video might be kind of out of date, but that kind of goes over how to, I think, do the live streaming or do the copying instead of the live stream if you don't want to do the copying. Anyway, so this has been processed. So let's take a look at this clip in Rokoko Studio. So if we just go back and we refresh our home screen, we're going to have a new clip in here. Let's see how it looks. Let's let it load up again. Look, new recording 2. Let it process and then we'll see. So that doesn't look terrible. That looks okay. I think this is usable. This looks really good. And we're going to be able to clean up some of this in iClone. But again, we go through how to do cleanup in all of those retargeting tutorials that I just showed, the ultimate retargeting. Which in fact, let me just put that in the, let's go back to the Rokoko channel. You go to playlists, you go to videos. I mean, it's the last 2 videos we've released. Right here. Hopefully that wasn't playing audio. But if you go to playlists, ultimate retargeting workflow. How do I share this playlist? Oh, I have to go back. Playlists. Copy link. So let me put this in the chat. Oh, and it's also, I put it in the description of this video. So there you go. That is our new, those are all of our workflows for retargeting. Okay, but we've got this mocap of boxing, and I think I have a boxing character in iClone. But actually, we don't even need the boxing character. Let's just do this. So we're going to, actually, I'm going to rename this and call it iClone boxing. Remove from export list. Add it to the export list. Then under export, we're going to export out an FBX with a Mixamo skeleton preset. Boop. Under more settings, we're just going to do 30 FPS, although it doesn't actually really matter, I think, in iClone. And then we'll export. And this should take a second. In the meantime, let's open up iClone 8. And then we could also go through and do this workflow in, I don't know, what do people want to see? People want to see Blender, people want to see Cinema, people want to see Unreal. We can go through whatever. And if anyone has any more workflow questions, please put them in the chat. Nice. How'd it go? I hope it went well. First experience with the mocap suit, with our suit at least. Hopefully it went well. Cinema. Okay, Frames. I mean, hey, you don't need to tell me twice. I will do Cinema all day. I'm a Cinema 4D person. Okay, so we've exported it out. We hit open folder. Here it is, iClone boxing Mixamo. Boom. Awesome. So, okay, let's go. We're going to minimize this. We got iClone open. New content found. So maybe I did get that. Did I buy that boxer? I don't know. Preparing. Actor. Character. Stylized. Nope. So there's some cool characters. Humanoid. So we just need to pick a character basically to do this boxing, and we're going to choose Eddie. So this is a free character that comes with iClone. iClone, of course, is not free, but you can use trials. Jameson Parker. Nice. Well, you know, I am very much, you know, as we say often at Rokoko, or I say often, no tool is perfect for every situation. And so our suit is not perfect for every situation. It's perfect for a lot of situations, but not for everyone. So if you're going to have a ballerina doing a lot of live performances, you know, for an hour long, not the best suit. If you are recording motion capture in more controlled circumstances, you can get amazing stuff out of Rokoko, and I was a customer actually before I started working for the company, and I still love the product. And also Jameson, so we're not using the suit today, but check out some of our old live streams, and we're gonna get back to the suit, I think, in maybe not next week, because our animation challenge with the AI mocap. Yeah, Jameson, it can be really good. I mean, you know, especially if it fits your budget, it's awesome, right? For more precise movements, there's always going to need to be little mocap editing, which I just think is good to know going in, right? Mocap suits don't solve, they solve the hand keying problem, and they introduce new problems like based on retargeting. I don't say this to scare you, but I say this because I just think it's really important to go in to mocap kind of with your expectations, not managed, but managed. Yeah, because a lot of people I think go in and they're like, this is going to be so easy, and it is, but it's also like not one click. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. But yeah, you should get our suit. And check our other live streams if you want to see the performance of the suit, because in the live streams we go through, we do everything live, and the suit always performs amazingly well. So you can check them out for like extended, periods of time if you want to see how the suit performs. Check out our other live streams where we're in the suit. Okay, got my character. I just have to drag on my mocap onto my character. It shows up this bounding box. So easy. And then I'm going to choose iClone Boxing, which is the same thing we dragged in as this motion T-pose. Convert all. Jameson Parker. Oh, and then Snow Mellow. If I use Rokoko video on a robot rig, will the arm bones roll or only go in necessary directions? That is a constraint thing you'd have to set up on your rig. So you could delete the roll rotation on your forearm, if a robot is only supposed to go this way and not like, I don't know, other more human ways, you can just delete the animation on that axis. Yeah, and so you can you have to do that on the animation level. Yes, Luke. Luke is a amazing team member who helps doing one-on-one demos. What's up, Luke? Good to see you. Jameson, one thing I always say is book a one-on-one demo on the website. We have amazing people like Luke who will walk you through all of the amazing things about Rokoko and then some of the pain points and give you like a really good overview. And I always recommend people book a one-on-one demo because it's free and you can ask really pointed questions that relate to your workflow. And Luke is a great example of our amazing team that will help that. So we just loaded in our mocap and look, it's all working great. Boom. Okay, so first thing I would want to do, nice, Jameson, Luke, it's all happening. And Jameson, if we're going to look at Cinema 4D, but we can also look at other things if people want to see other workflows. Okay, so this looks great, but the first thing I want to do is can we add some hand animation, some finger animation here? Nice. That's awesome. Awesome to hear about. Experience with Rokoko, not taking the suit off at home. It is pretty comfortable. It's our suit back there. You can kind of see it. Anyway, okay, get back to the topic at hand. We're boxing. So in that ultimate retargeting tutorial for iClone, we go over this hand gesture puppeting tool. And if I hit preview, look what I can do in real time. Boxing. Ooh. So if we wanted to record something, and we probably just want him to be boxing, his hand to be closed when he's punching. So let's hit record and then hit spacebar. Punch. Okay, open my hands a little. Punch. And it just adds a little bit. Look at my hands. Like it's so much more interesting now. Okay, so now we could go in and we could fix some other things that's actually really easy to do in iClone too. If we right click on this motion and we go to motion modifier, and if we hit preview, let's go back, hit preview. So here we can make global changes to the motion, lean forward, lean back, right? So this is really cool. We can exaggerate the mocap on the upper body. For instance, we could way unexaggerate the mocap on the bottom. And actually, I'm just going to move my out point a little bit here. So I want this to be stopping right here. We'll keep previewing. Let's see, narrow stance. You can do things like with the shoulders. So see how the shoulders are kind of bunched up? We can bring them up or bring them down. So we can bring them down a little bit. And so you preview and you make your changes and you hit OK and it will apply those changes across all of your animation. Lucas, yeah, you do not need to make the UI. You just need to submit the name of your character and then the like Tinder bio, and we're gonna do all that for you. Okay, so we did a couple global changes. We've added some hand animation, but what if we wanted to go in and like tweak some more of this stuff, right? This character looks a little bit, you know, it doesn't look right. Like the hips are a little bit messed up, right? So if we go over to the motion modify panel, whatever this is, what is this? The animation panel. And we go to edit motion layer. Now we get some IK editing tools that we can do. So I can either keyframe this or I can just make global changes. So let's play this. And so I want to just kind of move. Let's fix some of this. You see this? So we can just fix some of these weird wonky things. Look at how much better this is like already starting to look. Okay, so you can see the hip is going like a little bit too far forward. So we could grab the hip again. Grab the hip here. We could set a key. And then move here, and like maybe it's going too far forward, so maybe let's just move the hip back a little bit. Set a key. And then maybe here. We want to move it forward again. Set a key. Looking way better already. And for this, it would probably be, and then we could do things like fix. So we have this really weird arm, right? It's going through the body right here. And so we could fix this, right? We could say, hey, okay, this is like the uppercut, right? So let's set a keyframe right here. Down at this point, let's just move the hand out. Set a key. Make sure it's so it's still kind of colliding with the body. So what we could do actually is we kind of want it, we could set a key right here. And then for the uppercut, right? Boom, like this. Set a key. It's so easy to go in and make some of these changes. And then right here, if we hit reset, it'll take it all back to normal. So let's see. I wish we could go and look at how it looked in the initial one. But actually, if we close this out. Actually, hold on. Pause. Can we? There we go. And we could also go in and add facial mocap. Look at like so much better. And of course we would spend a little bit more time cleaning this up maybe, but this is quite good. This is great. And it was way easier to do the fixes in here than it would be in some other programs. Although you can, again, you can do all of this in every program. And I kind of want to go in and do the same thing in Cinema 4D. Maybe we'll do it for the Spaceman. And maybe we'll use a Mixamo character in Cinema 4D. Because then we can use the Mixamo control rig. And we can do some really interesting things. Excuse me. chapped lips. Okay. So this looks great. That's kind of the workflow. I just think it's interesting to look at like the puppeteering, the live puppeteering of the hands. So interesting. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Boom. Anyway, we could get really deep editing this mocap and making it look really good, but you know, I think the person that wins the best movement category will go in and do stuff like this, and we'll really edit things and make them look a little bit better. Or you could choose an animation that doesn't need as much editing, like a floating spaceman, for example, like this guy. Let's rename this 0G Spaceman. This is what we recorded first. So this will be really easy to add to a character. And we can fix that issue with the hand right there. And this could easily be a Rokoko video animation challenge, love it first move submission. So let's add this to the export list. We're gonna go into Cinema 4D. We're gonna put this on a character. So we're gonna exit out of this. I'm not gonna save it. But that was a little look at how to do some of this stuff in iClone. Tweak. Of course it is, Lucas Rodrigo. We're doing Rokoko video. We got the animation challenge going. Yeah, so this is, we recorded these two earlier in this live stream. Here's the Spaceman one. Oh. And we're gonna go and put that on a Spaceman. So let's go to Mixamo and let's choose a Spaceman character. Yeah, Lucas, and again, so I've put, we have this ultimate retargeting. Is that my password? Yeah. We have this ultimate retargeting playlist that we've been working on. Look at me. It's a little me that I rigged on Mixamo. That goes over all this stuff too. Everything I just did in iClone, it goes over, especially with Rokoko video, goes over that specific workflow. And so I recommend checking out those new tutorials because they are updated and it's just more accurate than the disparate 1 million tutorials that we have on the channel that cover a bunch of these topics that have just been slow to be updated. Okay, is there like an astronaut character? I'm kind of surprised that there isn't. I kind of want to rig one because this would work best with an astronaut character. But maybe it could be... Old Mixamo. Should we go through this whole process, how I would do it, soup to nuts? If I wanted to put this on an astronaut, let's do that. Let's do it. We're going to Sketchfab. We got to go find an astronaut. Then we're going to rig the astronaut in Mixamo. Then we're going to put the mocap on the astronaut in Cinema 4D. And we're going to edit the mocap to make it look even better. So, astronaut. Downloadable. We're looking for free, baby. Here's one. Dark astronaut. That looks really good. Hello. So this is... Oh, 600 tries. No. Ooh, that's a cutie. Cost money, though. Cost money. Cost money. Don't want money. Cool astronaut I found. Probably ripped from something. But that's okay. We're not monetizing this video. And this is just a demo. So this looks very good. And look, we got a T-pose. So let's download this guy. Download. GLB. I don't know if GLBs will work in cinema. So we're going to have to see. Oh, here's a... This is probably like a Fortnite. Or maybe this person made this, but... I mean, this looks really good too. This would be really easy to do. Maybe we should do this. I don't like that that backpack doesn't have any textures on it. Just looking for models, baby. Some good models out here. Okay, so we have downloaded our astronaut. So the way that I usually redo things on Mixamo is first I will download something from Sketchfab. Yeah, damn. Unknown file format. Okay, so that's not gonna work. Maybe it will work. Where was that guy? Or should we get another one? Ooh, what's this? Ooh, what's this? Looking for models. Weird texture. Cute astronaut. Hello. Download. This is cute. FBX. That's what we want. Okay. So. Yeller or Vermandier. I'm sorry. I always butcher names. It's maybe French. I don't know. Cool model. Cool name. Cool profile pic. Let's use this guy. He's really cute. This will be good. So little astronaut. Open up the .zip. Okay, it's an FBX. So I'm just gonna drag it to my desktop. Let's make it real messy on my desktop. Go into Cinema, drag it in. And look what we got here. We got a cute astronaut. That is posed all crazily. But I bet if we go into polygon selection mode, yeah, it hops back into its actual pose. So if we just delete the skeleton, look, it just hops back into that pose. Delete the skinning. Delete the skinning tag. Go back and grab the textures. Astronaut color. Drag it onto the desktop. In Cinema, we'll go and, ooh, what's this? Don't like that. We're gonna go, why is everything locked? Probably because my take system is locked. Don't know why that happens. But that will gray out options sometimes. We'll go to the desktop. Astronaut color. There's the astronaut color. We hold down Alt, I'm blocking it. But if we hold down Alt and then move one material onto another material, it will insert that material into, it will like replace that material, which is really amazing and difficult. You don't have to go through one by one, right? So look at this cute little astronaut. Let's open up Octane. Let's see how cute it really is. It's so cute. And it'll look even cuter when it's a properly octaned material. But this looks great. So we're gonna upload this to Mixamo. Let's okay, so he's a little bit small, but that's okay. I'm gonna scale him up a tiny bit. Raise him up in the scene so his feet are on the floor. Make sure he's centered. And now we're gonna export this OBJ out to Mixamo to rig it with a Mixamo skeleton. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're gonna use a workflow that involves the Mixamo control rig that is in Cinema. Astronaut for Mix. Which makes it a lot easier to edit motion capture. You can only do this workflow with characters that are rigged on Mixamo. What's going on, Styles? Been good. It's been a weird 2023 so far. I don't know if other people have been having kind of a weird year, but a lot of weird bad stuff happening, storms, and it's gonna be another fun year. Astronaut for Mix. That's what we just exported from Mixamo. But yeah, Paul, what's going on? Good to see you too. Some old faces in the chat. Mixamo, you know the deal. We'll see how badly this butchers this character, because he is really small. But we'll see if anything comes out and this is usable. It's CG. It's often, you never know what you're gonna get. And this is the thing I like about these live streams, right? Is that you get to see, when I watch live streams, you get to see the process go awry. Like, that's the whole thing. I always hated it in school when you would have a math test, or you'd be learning about something in math. I always found this to be the case. And they would be like, this is how you solve this problem. But the problem they used as to show you was like the most easy like it's a problem like set up to be solved. Show me a problem that is going to be a pain in the ass to solve. That's what I want to see, the worst case scenario. Like, and that's what you get in live streams often, right? Is things go wrong. And I think that's really interesting. So some of this is like, oh, it's all jacked up. We could fix that. I'm actually just gonna not. And we'll just see what we can do. So here's our character. We'll go to animations. I'm going to search for T-pose. Make sure that it's in a T-pose. Boom. Then download it. 30 FPS. Skin on. And it's going to download. T-pose 03. If we go back to Mixamo, let's load it back in. And look what we got now. We got a Mixamo rigged character that we can put some mocap on. So we, again, as I've been saying, we just we just released a bunch of tutorials on retargeting. And what I'm about to do in Cinema is go through that workflow. I'm not going to explain every bit of it, but it's in the tutorial step by step that we put out. Cinema 4D Ultimate Retargeting. It's on our channel. It's in that retargeting playlist that is in the description. If you want to know what I'm doing click by click, go to that or ask questions in the chat and I can explain it. Yeah, getting snow. Cool, Styles. That's awesome. Okay, but we are going to use the Mixamo control rig for this character. So how do we do that? So the first thing we need to do, you go to that astronaut, and if we go to polygon selection, look at how it changes. The fact that this mesh changes means that the rest pose for the mesh is not the current pose. And oftentimes what will actually happen is that it will jump into like an A pose, which characters often are. This character was in a T pose. Either way, when we retarget motion capture, it's going to retarget to the rest pose, not to the current pose. So in order to make this pose the rest pose and not have this change, if we had multiple parts to this character, multiple meshes, we would select all of the rigging tags, but we only have one. So I'll select the rigging tag, and then takes, I got to turn off this lock under the take system. That's why if you ever see things that are grayed out, usually it's this lock under the take system is locked, which is always very frustrating. But if we click on this, you can see we have this set bind pose. If I hold down left shift and click, see how it went highlighted gray? Now, if we select this mesh, not changing. So now the rest pose, the bind pose as it's called in Cinema, I guess, is set to this, right? So shift, click, set that as the rest pose. Next thing we're going to do is go up to our skeleton for our character. We're going to go to rigging tags, character definition. We're going to click open, extract skeleton. Because this is a Mixamo character, it's going to do it all automatically for me. And this is us telling Cinema 4D, hey, this is my character's hips. These are my character's spine bones. And we're going to do the same thing for our motion capture so Cinema 4D knows how to retarget it, right? Because it inherently doesn't understand that, you know, the hip bone is the hip bone on the mocap and the hip bone is the hip bone on the character. You need to be like, these are the hip bones. When we retarget mocap, copy it from the hip bone to the hip bone. Don't copy it from the hip bone to the arm. So that's a general part of retargeting that you always have to do. And again, if we have a Mixamo character, you just hit extract skeleton and it does it all automatically for you. If it's a custom character and it doesn't show up, you might have to go in and be like, okay, those are the hips, under the hips, right? And load them all in manually. Then you could save a preset so you wouldn't have to do it again. Anyway, so we've extracted the skeleton, looks good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to character and add a character object. So this is how we're going to add the Mixamo control rig. So with that character, we're going to go to template, Mixamo control rig. This is why you need a Mixamo character for this workflow, because this is more automated when you do it this way. We're going to click root, pelvis. I'm going to hold down control and click leg. It'll create a left and a right leg. See? Then I'm going to go back up to pelvis. Click once to create a left arm. Click hand to give that left arm a hand. Go back up to pelvis. Click arm again. It creates a right arm this time. Hand. So now we have pelvis, left leg, left arm, right arm. And we're ready to go. So now if we go back up to root, and here's how you know if things have gone wrong or not. We're going to hit adjust. And if you've done everything right, this control rig is going to snap. You can see how it's way taller than our character. It's going to snap to our character's proportions. Let me hit adjust. Oh, it did it. And so now, if we go to animate, and we go down to weight transfer, close this out, drag in the mesh of our character, or multiple meshes. If a character had multiple meshes, it just has one. Transfer weights. And then the final thing I'm going to do is click on retarget master, retarget all. And now look at this. What do we got? We got a character that has an IK control rig. And we can make edits to parts of this character and the rest of the body. The rest of the leg is going to go along. So this is really powerful because it means that we can add IK control rig editing to our motion capture after we've applied it. So speaking of motion capture, let's go get our mocap, which is under, copy this path, load it in here. And we have, oh, did we not export it? Open folder, 0G. Am I not seeing it? Must not have. 0G spaceman, export clips. We'll see, maybe something will go wrong. 0G spaceman, don't know why I didn't export, but it's here now. Open it up. We exported a Mixamo skeleton. It's importing. Let's make this timeline. Oh, this is interesting. Oh God, something weird about the take system. I would recommend that you clean up your take system. I don't know why it's not showing the keyframes on our character. But anyway, this is our mocap. It ends around 5:10. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to click on the hips, rigging tags, character definition, open manager, extract skeleton. Should have done that all correctly. Yep. Looks like it brought everything in right. So now all we need to do is go to our character's character definition, create solver. We created this little new solver, which we can drag in our mocap character definition. And now if we hit play, it's not going to snap automatically because we need to bake it down. But look, it's moving our character. So if we do want it to work in real time, we need to select all of the hips, all of the joints of our character. So our character's whole skeleton, which you can do by right-clicking and go to select children. It's got all the joints of the character selected. We're going to go up to window, dope sheet, or you can go to animation or something up here. And we're going to go to functions, bake objects, and we're going to undo create copy, undo clean tracks, and hit OK. And so basically this is whatever the bones are doing, because before we bake them, our character is just referencing via these tags. It's saying it's got this solver and it's saying, hey, apply my mocap to my character, but it doesn't have any keyframes on our characters. If you bake it down, now the character's skeleton is actually keyed, which means when we play it back, there we go. Now it's all working in real time. Looking good. Okay, so here, for example, let's fix this arm. So the great thing, and again, I don't know why it's not excuse me, showing yeah, so if we go back to the main take, I would say if I were to do this again, excuse me, I would have deleted all these takes. The take system gets really messy. So, because we did everything in this last take. Oh, but you can see that. You can see the keyframes now. Okay, so that was just a glitch. So, right. So you can see if we select our joints, these have all been keyframed, which means we can't go in and add more keyframes because we'd have to change each one of these individual keyframes. They're keyed on every single frame, right? So to change the hips, we'd have to like delete a bunch of them and add in new animation. And I'm just checking the chat. Beyond Cinema, what's going on? What up? What up? Definitely early stages animator. Oh, Luke. Yeah, Luke knows a lot about the workflows. So he's a good person to rely on. For our whole team is amazing. They're teaching me things constantly. But yeah, anyway, so if we click on our hips, our joints, they're keyed. If we click on our control nulls for our hands, these are not keyed. And even, so that means we can keyframe them. So right here, let's say we want to fix this. I've got my hand null selected. I'm going to add a keyframe. It's not showing any of these keys. Cinema does this sometimes where it's like not showing you the keyframes. So annoying. But it's there. We just keyed it. We go to where we need to fix it. Right here. Let's just have it be moved like here instead. Add a keyframe. So we gotta actually, here, if we go to, so frustrating that I can't see those keyframes. Well, maybe I can if I go and change takes. No. This is good. This is what I was talking about earlier. Oh, there. See, you can see the keyframes now. Oh, they're on the wrong. They're on the wrong take. Interesting. Anyway, let's delete this one. Again, the take system is such a nightmare sometimes. And right here, let's fix this. You might have to go in and kind of, you know, actually what I might do here to fix something like this is I would go in and for this whole left arm, left hand, I'm just going to go in and delete all of these keyframes. So that, I mean, that kind of fixed it right there. But then we could go in and maybe if we don't want it to like go back that way, right? We can add a new keyframe that it goes over to here. Key. There we go. So fix that arm. You know, a little bit, just made it less. But we could go in and keep playing around. But either way, this is like, it's so much easier to make edits. And we could also make like permanent edits. If I just move, look, maybe we want them like that. The whole animation. So it's really powerful that this is an IK system. Okay, so let's see how this actually looks. Let's Let's like actually, what if we were going to submit this? Convert the materials, make this material a glossy, make sure the specular is set to black, floats all the way up, bring the roughness down. There we go. Now we got a shiny fellow. What happens if we, just out of curiosity, don't like that. Like that. Boom. And then we could even do, like, if this was going to be a submission, it could be like cute astronaut lost in space looking for, you know, romance. And I think the base resolution actually has to be higher than this. It's on our site. It's in the rules. So check the resolution you need to submit at, because that's really important for whether or not it'll be counted. But there we go. Now we have like a nice resolution. Add in an octane camera. Make this camera, oh God. Don't lock? I gotta go back to the main take to make changes. Unbelievable. Make this 80 focal length, 80 millimeters. Nice and zoomed in like that. And then we start having fun. I always think it's good to backlight your models. Give them a little, what is that, a key light? No, that's not a key light. Key light's what goes in the front. A little, no, it's not a fill either. A little backlight. Looking super cool. Turn off the visibility on these guys. And you can see this guy needs to come up a little bit. I like turning the lights on and off one by one. And then also, so yeah, that's looking super cool. And then we could just do an alpha and like put a planet behind it. Yeah, red light. Yeah, totally. Alberto, you're on. Red light up front. Blue light on the highlight. You know, starting to look pretty cool. Edge light, kicker, rim. Yeah, rim light, I guess is what I was thinking of, frames. But like, look at, this is already like looking really good. Even what we do, of course, is jack up the depth of field really high, because this is a really cute guy. So let's make it like 20. So really, really shallow. That's too shallow. 15. That's too shallow still too. And it's a little astronaut struggling in the wind, you know, in the vast reaches of outer space. And we could even go in and grab these feet. And maybe animate these feet a little bit. Even make him like a little bit taller. I kind of want to do that. So let's grab both the feet and just overall. Sometimes it's kind of hard to grab the, there we go. Look at this, we're making changes. And then we could like animate these feet over time. So let's grab this one, add a keyframe, turn on auto keying. Over here, it's like, oh, my feet are drifting. And now, look, his feet are moving over time. Just a little bit more floaty. You do the same thing with this foot. Turn, add a keyframe, and then start up. Add a keyframe. Keyframe. Whoa, I'm totally floating, man. And now look, we got 2 hands that are floating, geometry only. Looks pretty cool. And then, I don't know if I have, I was supposed to download some starry HDRIs, but no, I haven't. But we could also just import an alpha, but let's go and look for a star field HDRI. Oh no. Hello. Stealing you. Save image as JPEG to the desktop, baby. I don't even care that there's a thing on it. Let's add it in. Wait, where is it? I gotta turn it way up. Oh, geometry only is still on. So if you go to geometry only, it won't update in Octane. There we go. So the stars are actually so... What happens when we turn off our... So maybe we don't want to have it on as much, you know, so we can see a little bit of the background. Like you can see the the tag there. You can move that though. Ha 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 ha. And then look. And we could change the gamma, maybe make this light like a lot bigger. I don't know if I love how red it is, considering the background is blue. Maybe we would make this like more blue. You know, this is the fun part, right? This is where you get to go in and just mess around and try and find good lighting. Pretty cute. And actually, you know, it would probably look better than like a real zoomed in FOV is if we went to a super wide FOV. Yeah. So this is always kind of a cool look, right? And maybe we could just keyframe the camera. A little bit. So this might be, if you were doing something more moody, you could get something a little bit, I think, more pro. Whoa! And maybe I would go and just like, I could move the arms down a little bit or out. But yeah, this is, you know, we could play around with this all day. These are permanent changes, right, that I'm making, because I'm not keyframing them. So this is just that arm is going to be like that the whole time. Looks pretty cute. Actually, I don't even think you need this. I mean, you could, you do need, I think, some star field in the background. But, you know, maybe what you even do is, like, create a cloner with a bunch of little prick spheres. You know. Tiny little spheres. Load them into a cloner. Make it a grid. Make their, I don't know, 50 by 50 by 50. Tons of spheres. Might crash my cinema. I think I did. No, I didn't. And load them up with a light. Do I have lights here? Oh, neon. I do have neon. Laggy. We'll see if everything's falling apart. Come on. Ooh, Cinema's like, you treated me casually, and now I'm going to strike back. So yeah, you know, that's this is pretty much it though. I think we're gonna call it pretty soon, and especially if this crashes. Always save your projects. Doesn't matter for this because it's a demo. But yeah, that's 2 workflows at least. That's iClone and Cinema 4D. And you know, again, we just put out all of those tutorials, retargeting tutorials. /Rokoko motion that go through, and if you go to playlists, it'll come up, or go to that link that's in the description below. You know, we've got tutorials for Maya, Cinema 4D, Blender, and iClone up, which are all updated. And again, you know, I think Maya is the best workflow for retargeting. It just seems to have the most tools, and it makes it the easiest. You know, this is some control rig retargeting that we go through in Maya. But hopefully they answer a lot of questions people have about retargeting that are located in a bunch of different tutorials all over the place. So we tried to just combine, you know, condense them a little bit. So, okay, let's see if Cinema has stopped. No, is it frozen? Yeah, so we're just going to call it right there. It's a timely end. But, you know, we were able to do some editing, and this could totally be, excuse me, this could totally be a Rokoko video. You know, love at first move submission. That's as much as you need. And you just give more love to the animation and the character and do some mocap editing, and you could have a contender. So, you know, we're going to leave it there. Trying to check the Discord to give feedback and stuff over the next week. You got 2 weeks to submit for the animation challenge. $40,000 USD in prizes. It's going to be awesome. Fun judges, and it's going to be a lot of time fun to see what everyone's making. So I encourage you to at least play around with Rokoko video. If nothing else, just satisfy your curiosity and see what free mocap is like right now, which will only continue to get better. And yeah, we're going to call it right there. So I hope everyone has a good weekend. Stay safe, stay dry. If you're in the US, crazy, or everywhere, I guess it's storming everywhere. But yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. See you next week at 11 a.m.